When I asked the general manager of the Siren Hotel in downtown Detroit how much he's been thinking about how to safely reopen, he said,
The reverse of that would be how much have I slept, which is none.
Nick Knight opened this luxury boutique hotel 2 years ago. And just like any hotel, they have logistical challenges. For instance, when it comes to disinfecting touch points in their lobbies, bars, rooms, and more.
The short summary is eliminate those touch points, which is not easy to do when you've been trained to be as interactive as you possibly can.
After a guest checks out, the rooms will sit for 3 days and then get deep cleaned with electrostatic guns and ozone fogging machines.
Most of the practices that we are reopening with are really similar to what we had. It's just kind of up in the ante on it. So, it's the same chemicals that we've used prior. However, they have, the company released a new brand of it where it's a little bit stronger and tested, and CDC approved.
All the way up here on the 13th floor is one of the penthouse suites, a good lounging area, an awesome view of Comerica Park, and then upstairs, you've got the loft area. That's where the bedroom is. But you think about all the rooms that they aren't selling right now when you think about the loss of revenue. In fact, a new report says right now, industry-wide, they've lost about $17 billion.
It's the worst in the history of the industry.
Chip Rogers is the CEO of the American Hotel and Lodging Association and says the biggest hit comes from the lack of travel business, which makes up to 65 to 75% of revenue.
If we don't see the business travel begin to return, by September or October, this very bad problem is going to be even worse.
Rogers says banks have been giving grace periods on mortgage payments, but there's no light at the end of the tunnel.
And if you look in a place like Detroit, if you're at a hotel anywhere around the convention center, they're going to be struggling in a big way.
At the Royal Park Hotel in Rochester, they have reopened with a lot of COVID-19 safety measures, but banquets still cannot happen, which for most hotels, including theirs, makes up another 30% of the pie.
That's the unknown. We don't know when we can host large gatherings, and we're a gathering home. We house weddings and all kinds of social events.
Back in Detroit, Knight is optimistic once they reopen, guests will come. It's just how many and how soon.
I think it'll be another 18 months probably before we see numbers that we were seeing, Q1 of 2020 or even earlier.
In Detroit, Nick Monticelli, Local 4 News Today.